Sex before marriage, yes or no, and then why?
Part of it is fear. What if one day he comes home and he's like, yeah, I lost my job. There goes that 3.2.
No, it's residual, so
Yeah.
it keeps coming in.
Okay.
You're making 3.2.
Yeah.
You meet somebody that is full of love, charismatic, it's a lover, but is broke.
That's fine.
What?
Perfect.
Wow. She's going to make him the stay-home dad.
Right.
I don't care about his money. I care
Oh,
about the whole
you care about your
caring,
money.
loving.
You care about your... You just want to be in control. That's what you're saying.
Maybe.
Oh. I think more women are okay with being stay-home moms, or is that like not a thing no more? Or if you agree with that, just don't share it. Just let it be. If you disagree, put it in the comment section.
Just leave me in my corner.
Can you be dating multiple people? Is that a thing or no? Because
I feel like it's really hard to explain what even dating is nowadays, because it's not the usual dating that at least I grew up with.
Okay.
The face-to-face, more personable.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's like kind of online dating.
Do you guys believe in prenups?
Hey, we motivating the nation, gonna set the foundation, spreading positive knowledge through crucial conversation. This goes farther than just feeding you motivation, as I let you in the basis of my operation. With such intensity, I say what I mean. The world is going crazy, man. I think it's time to intervene. Planting nuggets of wisdom till the cup overflows. Dive deep into the war room that I built below. Out the Golden State, baby, yeah, I'm shining like a pro. All rise for the wheel, Rodriguez show. Let's go.
I'll start a timer. I will put you on.
No, we're good. So let's do this here.
Now you're throwing things.
All right. So welcome back to the show. Today is very exciting because I get to interview two single people about dating, relationships, and all kinds of stuff. You guys already know what to do. Like, subscribe. What else can they do? Comment.
Holla at your boy. I don't know.
Oh, that's you gotta.
Oh,
get the
holla at
microphone.
your boy. My bad.
Sorry, this is his first time here.
It is camera shy.
So, and jump right into it.
Okay.
My man Brian, what do you consider dating?
Dating.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it's really hard to explain what even dating is nowadays, because it's not the usual dating that at least I grew up with.
Okay.
The face-to-face, more personable.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's like kind of online dating, and that in itself I think changes the whole ball game of dating, because with the social media apps or the social dating apps, it's like you can't really dive into the person in terms of finding out, in my case, her personality, and
Mm-hmm.
her case, his personality.
Right.
It's almost like you kind of show who you are right from the bat, rather than being able to actually dive it into yourself and figure it out yourself, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Okay. So dating for you, what does that look like? You like a girl, you say, hey, you want to go out for dinner. Is that dating to you, or what does that look like?
I think there's levels to it. I think
Okay.
that is the initial level. I guess dating truly to me is crossing that first initial kind of couple dates,
Mm-hmm.
and then solidifying, if we're going to be going in the same direction or not.
Okay. Got it. Cool. So it's still not a clear answer, right? It's just it's still kind of, yeah.
So yeah, I guess dating to me would be in that stage of solidifying whether you're, boyfriend and girlfriend,
Mhm.
and, having a relationship right then and there, versus the initial couple datings before, or a couple meetups before initializing or solidifying that kind of aspect of both sides agreeing to be together.
Mm-hmm.
Because then it's like those initial meetings are just kind of feeling out if those two people are even compatible at that point.
Got it.
It's like kind of like the small talks.
Got it.
first.
So getting to know somebody, dating, and then being in a relationship is completely different.
Dating or being in a relationship.
Yeah.
I think it's the same.
Same. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I think your question is the first initial meetups as well as the part of both parties agreeing to be together. Is that all considered dating? Is that your question?
That's my question, because there's just a lot of things out there.
Yeah.
I just want to know what you believe
Yeah.
and your take on it.
I think dating has always been the point of, if I say that I'm dating someone, then I have a girlfriend.
Ah, got it.
Yeah.
Okay, got it. Can you be dating multiple people? Is that a thing or no? Because I heard about that as well. Like, oh, I'm dating somebody, but I'm also dating a couple other people. Like in your eyes.
So are we saying that in terms of my perspective of what dating is?
Yeah,
or
I mean,
what the general...
your perspective.
Yeah.
For sure.
Oh, I mean, if we're going with what I just said, then definitely not.
You're old school. He's old school.
I'm old school because it's like,
okay.
How are you gonna divvy up your time and energy on, say, 5 different people when initially you should be attributing most of your energy and time into that one person?
Got it. Okay, fair enough. Before we get into the next question, the next guest, I got to check to see that we're still recording, because my social media guy, he didn't show up. He might be fired. Maybe we'll give him a second chance, but we'll see. 1 second, okay, guys? Pass her the mic so we'll know that we are recording. Okay, cool. Just making sure, guys, because you never know. That would suck if we were like 3 hours in. It's like, oh, I didn't hit the record button. Anyways.
What she got?
Our guest, Emily, by the way. Say hey.
Hi.
All right, enough of that. What do you consider dating?
Well, it's just you and like one other person. I don't mess around with more than one person, but you kind of go through phases. You meet, kind of feel out like, do I like who you are? You kind of talk a little bit. You start going on hanging out, go on dates. And then you gotta pop the question.
What's the question?
Of hey, will you be well, in his case, will you be my girlfriend? Or
right.
I mean, you can spice it up. You can be hey, will you be my boyfriend? Either one works.
My boo or something like that. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, you phrase it however you want to phrase it.
For sure.
But you can't just continue down and just be we'll figure it out. You gotta actually solidify it so that way there's no confusion. But yeah, feel it out, go on a couple dates, see okay, I like hanging out with you, and then it's okay, yeah, we're doing this, and then yeah. Got it.
Yeah. Okay, so we're a little more old school, I think, because I'm 34, you're 33, I believe. I'm gonna ask her for your age, but she's younger than us, obviously. But I think dating was a lot different back in the days than what we see right now. So for you, are you still more of a traditional person where you're dating one person, seeing one person, and then from there it's okay, take that to the next step, which is getting engaged, getting married? So you're old school.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Just making sure.
Yeah.
So at what point, okay, you're dating, boom, things are going well. When do you know that, okay, it's time to take the next step? When do you know that's the time?
The next step into
to get engaged, you're going from boyfriend or girlfriend to okay, I'm gonna get engaged. What does that look like for you?
I'd say after you've been together for a while, you're already you've made the steps into living together, and you're both established in your career, so that way financially you're able to have the house and everything, because typically after you get married you have kids and whatnot, so you want to be able to afford all that. You're established, you can take care of one another, because I don't know, if you get engagement comes marriage, and yeah, you want to be set
financially. Okay,
yeah.
okay. No problem. Hey,
I lost that one.
That's valid. That's want to get your take. What about you? Do you feel the same way, or do you have a different perspective on that?
No, I absolutely agree. I mean, finance is everything, right? The economy is not getting any better, and I feel in the future it's going to get more and more demanding in terms of kids. I mean, even having one kid is already expensive enough, and I want at least 2, boy and a girl. So imagine that, double the price.
Got it.
I mean, outside of finances, I think to me at least, I think there's more, especially with belief systems, like especially with religion. Does my partner agree with the same beliefs that I do?
Okay.
If not very similar. How do we, does her dreams and my dreams, do they kind of blend in? If not, do we support each other's dreams? Do both sides families, like, do our families, do we like each other? There's a lot of things on top of just finances for me that I would have to consider.
Okay.
And at the end of the day, like, I believe that we're all human beings, so we're all imperfect. So does my partner fill in for my weaknesses, and do I fill in for her weaknesses?
Okay.
So I think at least those are the few elements that come into my mind when it comes to taking the next step.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So financial security,
Right.
that's one. If you guys agree or disagree, hit us up in the comment section. Send them a DM if you don't agree with them, please. But obviously, you guys both talked about finances, right? And also belief systems. You mentioned religion, God. So that's a top of your priority, you would say, right? Like top 3?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Why is that?
Well, because if there's not a set kind of belief system, or we don't match similar views, then right off the bat, there's always going to be some kind of discrepancy between the relationship. And then once we have kids, are they going to side with mom, or is it going to side with, or is he or she going to side with dad? There's already like a storm that's kind of brewing up, and I feel like that's going to mess up the dynamics of the family.
Got it. Okay. Do you agree, disagree, or where you at?
I mean, I think, yeah, you should match up ideally. I wasn't raised very religiously, so that's not a huge importance to me. But if my partner was religious, I think I would be open to supporting them in that way. I feel like I'd be down to try going to church. I don't know.
Okay.
We'll see how that goes. I'd
See
have to
where
try
that
it. I'd try it. We'll see how I feel afterwards.
And again, guys, they're both single, but I'm not going to put your information because people are going to be hitting you guys up. So, you know what I mean? Maybe for the second time they, join the podcast.
I mean, if they request.
Oh! Got him. Okay. So, I have a different perspective regarding like the financial part. Just because from my experience, I got married at 23. Within a year of marriage, my wife got pregnant, and then it pushed me to actually hustle harder. And one of my mentors told me, because at the time I was, I think I only had one kid, and we were kind of waiting to be better financially. And you know what my mentor told me? He's like, have more kids. They'll help your relationship. They'll help you out. What? That doesn't make sense. The math ain't math in here. But I understood where he's coming from, because now you're thinking not only by yourself, but you think about your family. So as a provider, you want to just hustle that much more because now you got mouths to feed. So it definitely changed my perspective on that. A lot of people do say you have to have finances dialed in to be able to afford things, afford a house. But right now, what it's looking like, especially in the economy, there's less people owning houses and more people renting, right? Because of the cost of living. Now, a lot of people are moving to like Texas and other states that are, cheaper, but it's still like not as it was like 20 years ago because of inflation. So just wanted to talk about that. And I do agree with you guys when it comes down to religion. You both have to be aligned, because what if you meet somebody and they're a Muslim and now they want you to be covered up? Are you going to be okay with that or not? Ooh, no. Right? That's a conversation, or at least something you got to think about, right? And same thing with you. Like, if you meet somebody and religion is definitely a top priority, but they're like, you know what, I don't want nothing to do with God. And you're like, damn, I really like her. We have so much alignment. Man, we just bond. Like, it's like my twin in a sense, right? but then she doesn't want to go to church. Ooh, how do you navigate that, right? But she's cute, you know what I mean? But you gotta look into that, or at least kind of assess that, right, before it comes.
Right.
Yeah, something to consider. But again, it's my podcast. I can say whatever I want. Second question: why do you think people have a hard time committing?
Well, one, I think it's just kind of like the way things have changed now. Like, if you look back, like, it used to be like, oh, like, you show up, like, you commit, like, that's it. But now I think just the way culture's changed, it's just like you kind of are able to get away with it with no consequences. And that's kind of like, in a way, like, my generation. Y'all are older than me.
Thanks for that. Thank you for that.
You're welcome.
Go ahead.
Like, that's how, like, my generation's, like, kind of raised. Like, a lot more families are, like, broken up and everything like that. So, like, that's what you're seeing. There's not that commitment of, like, your parents. And so you're kind of now starting to be like, okay, like, I can do that. I'm used to that. So now that's how I'm going to be in my life.
That's interesting.
So,
do you think there's do you think it's because of the men, because of the women, because of the culture, because of the influence? Why do you think that there's so little commitment out there?
I think it's all of it.
All of it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I don't think it's like a gender specific thing. I don't think a man is less comminative, or however you want to say it, than a female. I don't think that has it. It's just people.
Just people. Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
I don't
Fair
think
enough.
one gender's better than the other.
Well, will give you my perspective. I do think that there's a big lack of men sticking to their commitments, because, and I'm just talking about the men now, right? So if you're a woman, just, give it to your husband or something. Anyways, 85 to 90% of people that are incarcerated grew up in fatherless homes. Right, those are the numbers. And again, we got to look at those numbers. So I look at that and I'm like, okay, I'm wondering why that is. Why is there so many people in jail? Maybe it's because there was a lack of father, a father being around. Now you could say it's drugs, it's gambling. You could go like down a rabbit hole on that. But I just think that there's men that are more gun shy, right? When it comes down to like taking the step of saying, hey, I want to get married to like, a woman they like. But also like the lack of commitment from when it comes down to like, I'm going to commit to this family, I'm going to commit to my wife. I see that myself. Again, where are you at in that?
So the question is,
why do you think people have a hard time committing?
I think it definitely coincides with everything what both of y'all have mentioned. I think it's fear. Because I think nowadays a lot of people understand more, even single people, of what it kind of takes to have a family, from all the aspects that we just mentioned, especially with financials. I mean, I don't know how it is nowadays, but I grew up with like the guy always being the provider, and it is stressful to think about, because it's like you definitely as a man want to provide for your wife and your future kids, right? But there's always kind of that voice in your ear of like, can I really do it? And nowadays with everything so much higher with inflation and how the job market is changing, it puts a lot of fear of the unknown of am I willing to be able to do it? On top of that, I think a lot of things are coming to the front hold of possible insecurities. I think there's a lot of people out there that are trying to fix on him or herself first before entering into a family. I think one thing that's on the rise right now is definitely mental health. I think that people are trying to fix the mental health aspect, because especially with nowadays, with social media in general,
Mhm.
you know, there's a lot of comparison, right?
Ah.
And with a lot of scrolling, that definitely takes a toll on one's mental health.
Mm-hmm.
And even with like the whole COVID situation, the quarantine, I
Mhm.
still hear people saying like, I still feel like I feel the backlash of being in a home
Mhm.
constantly and not getting that social exposure. And
Got it.
so kind of like that communication aspect's not really there between, you know, people. I feel like I'm going on a rant because I feel like
there's
it's
a
always
lot.
been
There's a lot to
bottled
unpack.
up in my mind, but I think it comes down to just being fear, like, am I good enough essentially for this person
Mhm.
or to have a family?
Yeah, and I actually have a question for you because you're a hustler.
Yeah.
You're grinding,
Yeah.
right? Do you think more women are okay with being stay-home moms, or is that like not a thing no more? Or what is your perspective on that?
I think that's starting to become less and less common. I know personally I would never be okay with that.
Why is that?
One, like, I'm just incredibly independent. Like, I do everything myself.
Mhm.
I want to take care of myself. So the thought of, like, yes, I want to be home with my kids. Like, I know when I do have kids, like,
Mhm.
I will love them and I will want to spend every second with them.
Mhm.
But also there's it's kind of depressing. But
Why?
like, if one day, like, you and your husband break up, you don't have a job.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, I know, like, that's a lot of the thought process behind it.
Yeah.
You guys get divorced. You've been out of work for however long you've been staying home with your kids. You're screwed.
Okay.
And it's all his money that he's been out making.
Right.
What are you left with?
Mm.
Yeah, I mean, typically in divorces, it's split up however
Yeah.
it is. But what are you going to do?
Mm.
So
That's good.
depressing. But
That's okay.
That's the truth of it.
Okay,
Like,
okay, and again, that's why I wanted to bring her in because I completely disagree with her. However, it's a good perspective to have, right? So is it more of just, I would say, going back to fear then, fear of the unknown?
I mean, that, and
'Cause-
also, like, I just, part of, like, why I would also want to do it is, like, I know I would get bored. Like, I like coming.
Poor or bored? I'm sorry.
Bored.
Oh, okay. I said poor. I'm like, what?
No,
Okay.
like, I just, like, I like coming to my job every day. I like knowing that every day is going to be different and, like, working and just having that sense of independence and doing what
Apparently, you
I want
have
to do.
not been a mother, so.
No, I have not.
Okay, there you go. Okay, changes
No
complete.
kids over here.
Okay, changes complete for sure.
But, well, no, I know kids keep it interesting and whatever. But,
Very
like,
interesting. Are they alive? Can you check right quick? Yeah, they're still
I mean-
breathing. Good to go.
Yeah, but, like, I don't know. Like,
Daily.
I like having my stuff and, like, my job. And
Okay.
I know kids will be great, but no, I would still need my job.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, what if you got someone that you met that is making, just put a number out there, $3.2 million residually?
Okay.
And he's like, you know what? I don't even care about a prenup. If something goes south, take half.
Okay. I still need my own.
You still need what?
Yeah.
What?
It's a me thing. Maybe I'm the problem.
I don't know. Okay. All right. We're not gonna call you the problem, okay? But the thumbnail, the problem. It's like arrows that way.
I fully accept it. I don't know. Like, well, no, because we can, like, it's that, but then also, like, yeah, he could be making his 3.2 or whatever, but I plan on growing. I
Mhm.
plan on getting up there and making my own millions. Like,
Yeah.
so we can just add and just keep making that together
Okay.
and just not, again, like, not solely be relying on him. Because part of it is fear. What if one day he comes home and he's like, yeah, I lost my job. There goes that 3.2.
No, it's residual, so
Yeah.
it keeps coming
still.
in.
Yeah, but anyways, like, what if he,
So okay, so
what
let's
if
turn
he
the tables.
loses that?
Let's turn the tables.
Okay.
You're making 3.2.
Yeah.
You meet somebody that is full of love, charismatic, is a lover, but is broke.
That's fine.
What?
Perfect.
Wow. She's gonna make him the stay-home dad.
Right.
I don't care about his money. I care about the
Oh,
whole
you care about
caring,
your
loving.
money. You care about your. You just want to be in control. That's what you're saying.
Maybe.
Oh wow, yeah. That's
No.
there. You go. We get into the root of it.
Come on, Emily.
No, I don't care about being
It's
in
fine.
control. I care about everything else you said, the caring, the loving, the
Right, right.
respectful. Like that's at the core. That is what's most important.
Okay.
Not the money.
Right. Okay.
I don't care if he's broke.
All right. So he'll call you your sugar mama, pretty much.
Go for it. As long as you're caring, you're loving, you got all the.
He'd be
other
with the
good
$100
qualities.
bills, like what? Like on TikTok, you know? You're okay with that though.
Yeah, I don't care. As I
Okay.
said, like as long as he's got all the other good qualities you said, I don't care how much money is in your bank account.
If you agree with that, just don't share it. Just let it be. If you
leave me-
disagree, put it in the comment section.
Just leave me in my corner.
All right, next question, guys. Do you guys believe in prenups? Boom.
Am I doing okay?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm indifferent. If like it's a conversation we can have. Like I'm not out for your money. Like
Okay.
I don't care if you want to have it. We can talk about it. Like
Hmm.
it
All right.
is what it is.
All right. Cool. Cool. What about you?
I would say yeah. I think
Yeah.
it is important.
Why is
I mean, as a dude, gotta look after myself. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah,
But at the same time, I feel like, at least from my perspective, trust is a big deal.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, if you look at the numbers, again, this is stats. Divorce is, initiated by women, and the stats are about 70%. I mean, I'm just saying.
Just Google that real quick. That's true.
But I never know. I've had family, friends, and even family members who've been in relationships for years,
Mhm.
and all of a sudden, they're not together.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just like, it kind of blows my mind, especially if you've been with someone for 20 years. Like, to me, like, divorce should not be ever considered. It's like ride or die at that point.
Ride or die.
So, I mean, at the same time, it's like, I think it helps look after both parties,
Mhm.
especially if it comes down to it.
Okay. All right. Another topic that I completely disagree with. I think if you trust somebody, it is what it is. Because there's just a lot of unknowns. That's my take. But again, next question. It's gonna be a juicy one, guys.
All right.
You ready?
Yeah.
All right. So, sex before marriage, yes or no, and then why?
Sex before marriage. I believe that it should be saved for marriage.
Mhm.
And the reason why is, I mean, I grew up in a Christian household,
Mhm.
and kind of definitely delve into the whole concept of why, in Christianity it's always been taught to save sex before marriage.
Mhm.
And I try to not only apply spirituality but also scientific reasons.
Yeah.
There's this like concept called soul tying.
Okay.
And soul tying is essentially, a bond between a man and a woman, in a spiritual sense, where it's more than just of the flesh and physical boundaries, like as if like the two beings are actually connected.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like if people are just constantly going through this kind of hookup culture, I think it definitely messes them up mentally and emotionally, to the point of, what am I truly looking for in a partner? Specifically in the scientific terms of the hormone oxytocin. Because not only do men produce the hormone oxytocin, but women produce it at a higher level. And so, if women in particular are going around hooking up, it forces them to be bound by all these partners, and it kind of confuses them on picking up the right person in terms of marriage. And it goes the same way with guys as well. And I think with the hookup culture, it promotes more of this concept of options. Like, oh, I have all these options because I've been with all these people.
Yeah.
And
it's almost like picking and choosing. I like this, I like that. Let me just kind of get everything and just kind of try to find the one.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay. See that.
And it's almost kind of like, yeah, I understand there's, a lot of fish in the sea, but at one's life point, you only see a limited amount of people. You know what I'm saying? So I think that was the reason behind why sex should be saved for marriage, because it helps the two individuals truly be able to get to that point of trusting and being able to cross that boundary of unknown at a more successful rate.
Got it. That was good. So you said you grew up in a Christian home.
Yeah.
Where are you in your faith, and are you going to set those boundaries moving forward, or is that like a good principle? Going deep, y'all.
Yeah.
'Cause again, Sexy Story Rita pops up.
Yeah.
You're like, oh snap, right? Like, what do you do?
Yeah.
What do you do?
Yeah.
Emily, calm down. Right? Like I said that, huh? Yeah. Woo!
Yeah, it's getting real heated right
now. Yeah, it is. Oh yeah. Turn up the heat.
I mean, if I'm being completely honest,
be real, bro.
I still have a lot of questions with not a lot of answers behind my faith.
Okay.
But the fact that I can still see it in a spiritual sense and even in a scientific sense, I still hold a lot of values, particularly that concept. And so, I think it's still important to kind of truly wait for marriage, because in the long run, I think I would be kind of lost in the sauce of being in the situation that I just described and not being able to find the right person for my family. I kind of have to think really in long terms of what I want for my family versus what I want for the moment.
Got it. Powerful. So you're telling me that the spirit is willing, but the flesh is weak.
Right.
But, okay. All right. That was good. That was deep. Want me to ask you the question again? Or? Okay.
I know the question.
Do you know the question?
I know the question.
Okay. She knows the question.
Yeah, I don't need to wait till marriage.
Okay.
Yeah.
Short answer.
Short answer.
All right, cool. Awesome. Do you believe in soul ties?
I mean, I don't know. I mean, I feel like we have people that we're connected to, but I don't know if it's like...
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe not.
maybe not.
All right, still open.
Still
if you guys believe in soul ties, like my man over here and myself, hit us up in the comment section. We want to hear from you. Yes, I believe in soul ties. And if you are in that camp, then just keep watching. Sorry, Emily.
Just put me in
I'm throwing you under the bus. I'm sorry. She's cool people, by the way. Really cool people. Do you believe in emotional attachments?
Yes.
You do?
Yes.
Okay, so not soul ties, but emotional attachment. Okay.
Tell me
more
know you
about
explained a soul tie, but I'm still not 100% sure what it is. That's why I'm not answering.
Okay. Soul tie meaning like you are becoming one with somebody. Like you are now connected.
So
with that
the,
person.
Love of your life type thing?
No, meaning you connect with different people. So now you have soul ties with different people, and then you carry that with you. So whenever you meet somebody, now you are you want to experience something you experienced with the other people that you slept with, in a sense. Maybe? Okay. It's still 50-50.
Still 50-50.
Cool. Awesome.
We're gonna think on that one.
We're gonna think about that one. Cool. What about emotional attachment? You say yes, you go through a heartbreak, you miss somebody, all that stuff. So tell me a little bit about that. Why do you believe that?
Well, I mean, I'm someone who cares about people very, very deeply.
Mm-hmm.
So like whenever I care about you, and like as you said, like you go through that heartbreak and something,
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, you don't just like shut it off.
Right.
Like that takes time.
Mm.
And like even just like with family and stuff, like I feel like you feel emotional attachments like to your family. It's not just like if they just like go away, you're not just gonna be like bye.
True. Very true. Very true. Okay.
So I feel like if you don't feel that, there's something a little bit wrong.
Something
with you.
wrong. Yeah. I can see that. I can see that. Okay.
I don't know. Maybe that's just me, but. Yeah.
Okay. So when it comes down to like dating, your perspective may be a little bit different than your perspective, but it's still kind of like similar in a way, right? Dating looks a little bit different probably to you than to me a little bit. What is the timeline when, like, let's say you meet this person and then you want to take it to the next phase, which is a relationship and then marriage? Like, is it a year? Is it 10 years? Is it what's the time frame on that?
I feel like it depends on like kind of what you set with your partner and where you guys are with not only like your individual lives, but like where you are with each other and kind of like the boundaries you set and kind of what you've discussed and what you both want. Like if you guys, I mean, I don't know, like if I've discussed with my partner like, hey, like this is where I'm at, this is what I want, and they agree, then like boom, we're doing it.
Okay.
But like
to be on the same page.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it can move super quickly, it can move really slow. Like it just kind of depends on what we're feeling, what we're doing with our lives. I don't know.
I heard this from like several single people. Like I cannot find the right person. Like I don't know where to look. Right? Where can people look? Like is it a grocery store? Is it is this a real? Is it like Tinder? I think that's an app, right? People look through that. Is it an app? Is it church? Is it a workplace? What does that look like? I mean, obviously single, so how do people holler at you?
I'm the right person to ask.
Holler at you. I don't know if that's okay.
I'm clearly single for a reason, so I don't think I'm the right person to ask.
Well, I mean, I'm saying like if somebody's trying to pursue you and it's okay, you meet that person in the grocery store. You're like, what the heck are you doing? I'm shopping, right? Or at the gym, you're like, I'm trying to get my workout in. So how does somebody like put themselves in a place where they could be noticed, they could be heard?
I don't know. I'm not nice.
She's not. She has a little pimple face. True though. It's true.
I don't know. Like I feel like if you're like I don't know, like at a bar, the gym, don't come up to me when I'm grocery shopping. That's
grocery shopping.
That's just weird.
The gym, the bank
it's not
is
like
okay
some
too?
like Hallmark movie where we're pushing our grocery carts and like knock into each other and instantly fall in love. Like no.
You never know. You never know.
It's weird.
Okay.
Let me buy my food. I don't know. Just the park. I don't.
The park. Do you ever go to the park? Do you ever go to the park?
No.
No, there you go. It's the park.
I'm just trying to name places.
Way off.
I don't know.
Okay. All right. Here, you're next. That's hilarious.
Oh man, I mean, I agree with her. It's hard. No. It's hard in a sense of when I ask my friends who are married, like, hey, like, because for me, I don't drink anymore, so kind of like the bar scene's not my thing,
right?
And so I ask them like, where do I go?
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, hit up the grocery store.
He said that?
Yeah.
No.
I promise. He told me the grocery store, go to a park, like go do something. And also he's like, oh, it happens when you least expect it. So it's like there's all these variables that kind of contradict each other, because if I try not to force it, then when does it come to me? But I mean, I think honestly, if you have a certain hobby, I think
Mhm.
you should kind of put yourself in those environments,
Ooh, that was good.
because that way you're doing what you love and you're not really forcing to find someone in that environment, because you're doing it for yourself and you enjoy it. And right then and there, if you're in an environment that you enjoy doing and someone else is in that
Right.
environment, then something's gonna
It
bound
should
out.
happen.
Yeah, right.
What about the gamers? Like they're just like doing their thing.
Gamers.
I don't
Oh,
game, but
that's
that's
a
gonna be a hard one,
great
though, right?
question.
that's gonna be a hard one for those gamers. If you're a gamer and you're trying to meet somebody that actual games, I'm not sure that's a thing with girls. Is that a thing?
No. Well, no, there are gamer girls.
Okay,
thank you.
I didn't know that. Okay,
they could talk through like their little headset,
right.
and they could be like,
What you
"Yo,
doing,
let's
mommy?
go to the park."
Right. Go to no. Okay.
No.
Okay.
Yeah, they could talk through like their little
They could do their
headset.
thing. They could do
and,
their thing.
Like meet up. Yeah, that's the thing.
Yeah.
We do that. So there you go.
Okay. Okay. Fair
gamer
enough.
loves.
Fair enough. So, how do you? Hey, Destiny, get over here. We need you to the podcast too. We're live. Come here. Let me ask you a question.
Destiny, how do
'Cause-
you find love?
Come over here. Come around. No, come around. Oh no, we're not gonna edit that. Okay. So the last thing I was gonna say. So when it comes down to like getting hit on, right? There's a lot of pickup lines.
Yeah.
What is like the corniest that you've gotten so far? I'm talking to you. You have the microphone.
Nope, we're letting Brian do that one.
Oh, what has been your like to go to pickup line?
My to go.
Yeah, to go to. Yeah.
Yo, you putting me on the spot.
I know.
I'm about to share
My
you with
podcast.
all my secrets right now.
No, just one.
Just one.
Just one. Be like the one. Remember that one guy from Matt TV when he's in the theater? He's like, the back of your head is ridiculous. That's a really good one. You don't remember Matt TV? That was before your time. Okay. I don't know. It was kind of fun. It was a funny skit. You haven't seen it then? No.
I guess for me, it's so I spend a lot of my time at the gym.
Okay.
So usually, when I see a woman that I'm attracted to,
Mm-hmm.
I like to compliment her on her form, because I think, like, especially if I see something impressive, like if her like hip hinge, like the whole posterior chain is moving in a very correct manner.
Yeah.
I'm actually like very like jealous of
Very
that.
impressed,
Yeah. So I like to compliment her on the way she moves the weights properly,
Mhm.
and sometimes I just go up and say, "Hey, I like your gym outfit." Like she.
What do they tell you?
As far as like the movement.
That's a big move. Like that's a.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
you got to be very like honest with it. Like if she's putting some good weight, or if
Mhm.
she's not putting up good weight, and you go up to her saying like, "Hey, I was very impressive weight."
Right.
She can smell the BS, right?
Mm-hmm.
But usually she would say, "Oh, like I've never been told that before." Like it's kind of unique,
Okay.
And then if I tell her like if I genuinely think her gym outfit's good, she'll appreciate that. Hopefully she understands that I know like she put a lot of thought and effort into
Mhm.
putting that whole package outfit together. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I mean, I can see it.
Hey, that's only for the gym.
That's
Don't do
only
it.
for the
Don't do
gym.
it at the grocery store. All right.
Not the
Yeah.
not the grocery store. Okay, got it. So I'm assuming you don't hit on guys. I'm gonna assume, but like, okay, if you do, what do you do? And if when guys hit on you, what does that look like? I guess.
I just get weird pickup lines. People are weird.
All right, tell me one of them. We want to hear it. We the people want to hear it.
I'm a dick. I'd say the most recent weird one, some guy asked me if I wanted to recreate the Titanic. And so I responded back, well, if me chilling on a door while you freezing in cold water is your thing, then I'm down. He did not respond.
That's weird. That is weird.
I
Was
don't-
that like through
I don't know
social
what
media or
recre-
something?
It was on a dating app. I don't know what recreating the Titanic meant, but I
That
mean,
didn't
again,
make
if he wants to
sense.
freeze and drown, that's on him.
Yeah, you should have said like, You want to be like George of the Jungle or something like that. Like
What does
something like
that mean?
in the jungle, like just.
I would have. No, you would have been blocked.
So I don't know. I don't know those things. So that's what I'm like trying to think of, like maybe
No, sir.
like another movie or something. Maybe like 13 Hours when somebody comes to like rescues. Then again, that's like war, so it doesn't apply. So again, that's where my mind goes.
Why is that guy's first thing to go to like some kind of movie?
I have no idea. That's a really good question. I use that in business all the time, by the way.
Yeah, why? Like, side note, but like, why is it a thing that like any guy can just quote like any movie like that? Like, are you okay?
I don't know. I can't
I'm
speak for
I'm
all the men,
concerned.
but I can speak for myself. Because I watch movies and certain movies I watch over and over again. So
Okay,
that's why.
concerned.
Awkward. All right. So next question. What is your message to other women that are single?
Hide.
Okay. Okay. Cover up, maybe? Cover up?
Oh,
Like full blown.
Yeah, men are scary. Single men are weird.
Okay.
Just run.
Thanks, Emily.
Just run away.
Yeah.
Just run away. See, that's just East Coast, West Coast beef right here.
Just run away. What's your message to single girls?
Oh my.
Oh, single girl. Whoa.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
Oh gosh. See, what's my message to the youth?
Mm-hmm.
I guess one thing is just try to be patient and really try to practice not only patience but I guess empathy as well, because I feel like there's a lot of misconceptions, misunderstanding, and assumption nowadays that we just kind of label it on someone because of fear of rejection or being open to that person. But
Right.
I would say just that, and just truly try to discover yourself, find out what your insecurities are and weaknesses, and try to work on them the best that you can, so that when the opportunity comes, you're 100% fully loaded of being who you are, not afraid of who you are, and find the person who will respect that and like you for who you are.
Okay. Cool. Awesome. Anything else you guys want to add?
My number is. I'm just
Oh,
kidding.
hold up. With that being said, guys, we're going to land the plane now. Like, subscribe, share, comment, like. Did I say like?
I think so.
I think so.
Okay, cool. That being said, until next time, keep fighting the good fight, stay in prayer, stay dangerous.
That Rodriguez show, yeah, that Rodriguez show, yeah.